Who am I? Well, that is defined on who am I is what I do. Basically, I have hobbies like travel, photography, my nifty computer. Can someone count my ums for me, just to make sure? Like Sanji mentioned, I'm originally from Michigan, and I moved out here in October of '03. But let's talk about my hobbies, like travel. What I love about travel, and for instance, I did travel to Hawaii for my wife and I's honeymoon. I went back there for 2 weeks altogether. Wonderful place. Anybody who hasn't been there, please, let's sign up right now and head down, and get yourself a ticket. Blue skies. If you've ever seen a license plate for Hawaii, you'll notice there's a rainbow on it. There's a rainbow on there for a reason. There's a rainbow every time you turn your head, and that's just because of the weather patterns. There's rainbows all over the place. So it's a wonderful place. I seriously was ready to sign up at Walmart just to be a beach bum out there. I've also been to Ireland. It's green for a reason. That place is, there's a plethora, I guess you could say, of grass and vegetation out there. Wonderful place. I've also visited Cozumel, Mexico. Nice Aztec temples, a lot of history out there. Very nice to visit. What I loved about, or one of the best things about traveling is here we are isolated in our own little areas, and it's good to go out and visit different cultures, different areas, or places that you haven't been. Kind of in the same token as reading about history. You weren't there, but it's lovely to read about and think about 50,000 casualties and weighing that against several thousand in the war in Iraq, and just seeing the big difference. Now, one of the best places, or in my opinion, that I want to visit is South Africa, because I want to go on an African safari. And it's not because I'm from Michigan and people like to hunt a lot out there. It's just because I want to take a look at something that's vastly different than anywhere I've been. Big XL animals out there. What that'll give me the opportunity to do is go into my other hobby, and that's photography. I really like to take photos. Just like reading about history, it captures a moment in time. A photo, just like the painting over there representing the nature scene, is basically 1 second in time that you might have seen, and hey, I don't have a photographic memory, so I'd love to remember these things later. I took a class in October, no, it was December actually. It was a Christmas gift from the wife. I kind of had an eye for photography. She did a good call, got me a black and white class. I took the class. It was, in fact, I think she only paid $300 for it. Really cost effective, but you learn how to develop film, you learn how to print on the light sensitive paper, and from there on I just embraced it. I had a Pentax 35mm SLR camera. I went digital, went with Pentax, kept the lenses. If you ever wanted to go from film to digital, keep the lenses, it saves you a lot of money. And I've been taking photos ever since. Some of the most recent ones I've taken is I took 36 megapixel photos and collaged them together into a 72 megapixel panoramic photo of the New York skyline at night. So those are two of the hobbies. Well, I mean, that was one of the biggest hobbies right there that I've really been embracing. I kind of wanted to give something after. Maybe I was, 50 years from now to my grandkids to say, hey, look what Dad, Grandpa, whoever did. And I didn't want to just sit in front of, the TV and just waste time, or in front of the computer. And that was my other hobby I like to do, is I really do a lot with my computer. I'll touch on that a little. All I can say is, if you want to hear how much I like my computer, 750 gigabytes of hard drive space on RAID 5. That kind of explains it for everybody. But touching on that, a new one is I listen to a lot of audiobooks. You said you like music and learning a lot. Audiobooks are the way to go. 1776 is a great audiobook, in fact. It's still green? All right. Now, just talking about, so we have an overall I guess, level of, Robert likes to run around and travel and not be in his home area. He likes to take photos of everything. I even have a website up, and I just recently got my own domain name. So if you need info, just go to robertcain.info. Now, lastly, I'm going to touch on is my professional career. Sanji, thank you for touching on it when you introduced me. Get my train of thought here together. All right, so professionally, I started off in TSG for UPS in Michigan. I was a TSG technician. I was promoted to senior technician, and then I moved on to a specialist, which I think they call it incorporated associate. That's right before the MIP level. From there, I moved to the Metro New York region office for TSG, and I worked coordinating between TSG and the corporate departments up here. So anytime we come up with plans and we send them out to the districts, I was in the liaison in between them to kind of coordinate that with everybody. Then I moved into the TSG department in Metro New York, and from there I got my application to HR for a GNS position. In the Metro New York district, I ran the telecommunications department, and that was just basically just a budgeting. That was it. It's installation of new landlines, and any time like GSS was implemented, you have to put all the access points and estimate from there. I'm currently working on the master's degree. I got a bachelor's from Michigan. Enrolled in Stevens University for a master's in technology management, and I've taken a class in project management. So I'm thinking, I really want to take my project management certification, because that's basically what everybody does. You manage little projects, although you manage people and all that, but essentially that's what you're doing, so you want to do it efficiently. And that's all I have. Hope I did okay for the first time there. Thanks.